Okay. Yeah, I'm making a video. Kind of annoyed. My cat just kind of photobombed me and made me have to start over. So, yeah, it's morning. It's nice out though. I think it's gonna be a nice day. I'm kind of just annoyed and I need to like just get a bunch of shit out of my system. It's not really that bad. But I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I'm just so annoyed. So annoyed lately. So annoyed. And it's not because of people. It's not because of people. It's like I'm annoying myself. I'm annoying myself. I feel like so much aggression accumulated inside. Not necessarily resentment, but it could lead to resentment because I still have enough self awareness to know that I'm the one doing this to myself. And when I say I'm the one doing this to myself, I mean I'm the one that's not expressing the things that bother me to people in general. Now, I got mixed feelings about that. I got tons of baggage that I drag with me from childhood about speaking up and then, it not going down a good road. I mean, childhood, teenage, the usual. And I'm sure everyone goes through this. But when you have a pattern of trying to speak up, whether it's about your emotions, about your thoughts, about opinions, about anything, it's hard because you're not going to get the results you want from people that you're expressing to, you know? But when we're kids, we don't understand that at all. We don't understand that. So, whatever it does, I could go down the technical route of explaining, but I don't think it's necessary. I think there's enough good information out there for people to, do their own research in many ways. So, of course, if I express myself and things go down a shit road, to me, there's that side that's like, hey, at least, you were able to say what you feel. But then there's the like, if it goes down a shit road and I have other people mad at me or upset at me or disappointed or can't take what I say, then I'm left with guilt, shame, fear of abandonment, rejection, the usual. So I'm like trying to always navigate these two streets. And I'm like, do I feel like being, shame, guilt, feeling the shame, the guilt, the abandonment, do I feel like triggering my own trauma by talking? And it's like a delicate line of like, do I speak up? And risk upsetting people, risk triggering my own trauma, sending me down a path of self hate that's super unnecessary. The bad patterns that, I don't really want to revisit, and I'm really trying to like create good patterns for myself. It's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. I feel like a lot of times, and I'm saying I feel like, people are allowed to feel. They can feel whatever they want. What I feel is my own feelings, right? It doesn't imply that another person is a bad person or did something bad. It's just sometimes we get triggered and our own feelings get triggered, And it's the same for everybody. But essentially, we should all feel safe to feel with other people, or we should all feel safe to think and to share our thoughts with other people. We should all kind of feel safe, And I know I'm an idealist. I live in a world in my head that's not a reflection of the world outside, and that's fine. And I've accepted that a long time ago. So I don't hate the world anymore. Let's just put it at that. I'm not a nihilist anymore, and I'm not a conspiracy analyst anymore, and I'm not a want to watch the world burn anymore. No, I don't see the world as a monster or a scary place anymore. I kind of made peace with that. But there's things I still really struggle with. It's about speaking up. Speaking up about shit that bugs me, you know? Shit that annoys me, or like stuff that I just I don't want conflict. But at the same time, I kind of have to accept some form of it, you know? And then it brings me back to thinking about like this whole warrior archetype that I haven't explored yet. Because, you know, I explored the king archetype, the magician, the lover, and I left the warrior for last, and I didn't go down that road yet. And I know that I wasn't meant to, not yet. It's like I know this always does this to me when it comes to knowledge. I like have to assimilate, process, and, you know, the other knowledge has to be consolidated before I can move on. And it does this with books too. I'll read a book, I'll get so far, and then it's like my brain stops me. And how it stops me, well, I'll get tired when I read, I'll fall asleep, a whole bunch of things are gonna, or it just, I can't read. Stuff is gonna get in the way. And when I meant to read, and when I know that it's ready to come in, then it just kind of happens naturally. And there's a natural flow to everything if you just kind of let shit be and do its own thing. There is a natural flow to everything. As long as you're not like in a constant trying to control it and to control the outcome and to try and control how other people are going to receive the information you give them. Now, I'm not saying this is related to the warrior archetype, but I know I got shit to visit with the warrior because I've had shit to visit with all the archetypes. And it's important, it's essential. But I know that there's some shit I need to untangle before I get to the warrior. And I mean, there's got to be something with this warrior shit because, and I don't want to bring it back to astrology, but all my shit's in Aries. Come on, man. Like 5 fucking planets in Aries, 10th house. Give me a break. Give me a break if that's not warrior in itself. To have like Sun, Moon, Mars, Venus, Eris. Chiron's in 10th house, but it's in Taurus. But there's so much warrior in me. Like, go to battle. I'm like, there's so much warrior in me that I kind of repress, and I know it because I'm a workaholic. I get into the work mode and then I hyper focus. But when it comes to stepping up and defending for the right reasons, I struggle. You know, I struggle a lot. I know why. I always equated authority to violence and discipline to violence because of, you know, childhood. And trying to just clean up my own brain mess, you know? And I get upset and I get frustrated, and there's so many things I want to say that mean something to me. And it's the constant like, oh, am I going to get shut down this time? Am I going to get dismissed? Am I going to get ridiculed? Am I going to get not taken seriously or laughed at? It's frustrating because it leaves me in a position where I'm like, why bother? Nobody cares about what I say. Why bother? So it's like a dance between wanting to just be my own authentic self and then being ridiculed for it, or shut down, or put down, or whatever the fuck. And I know I attach too much expectation to outcome, to how people are going to react. I don't know. Okay, this is a realization in the moment. I don't know if I expect to be listened to, if I expect it, if I desire it, if I want it, if I long for it, to be heard, you know, and not just be invisible. And I've been practicing very, very much to give people the space to speak and to just listen to them, you know, and to just really genuinely try to understand. it's not been that long since I've started doing that. Not that long. Because I think before, I was chasing my own self-worth so badly through other people. I just forced them to hear me. And I just talked and just forced my way in and tried to force my space. And that didn't yield any results at all. It didn't do anything positive for me or for anyone. I'm pretty sure of that. And at one point when I just gave up and stopped trying to have people understand me and be interested in me and listen to me, when I just kind of gave up, things really did get easier. And then I got the opportunity to just listen more and ask more about other people. And I figured there was logic in that. You know, very important person in my life actually taught me that and explained that to me. And and it made so much sense. And I didn't even see that before. I didn't see that people just wanted to be heard. Didn't see it. Because I just wanted to be heard too. The irony in that. So I started listening more and I started asking questions about other people, and it opened up a whole freaking new world for me. A world that I really liked. Getting to know people, getting to know their story, their lore, their origin story. It was just so much more gratifying than to try and force mine on other people. I still kind of cringe when I think I did that, but hey, we all got our journey, right? And, you know, it's sad because sometimes I don't even know if I'm right to even feel what I feel, because then again, I came from a background of like full-on disassociation and living in my own little illusion because, you know, I got caught into the magician archetype as a kid and I didn't want to get out. I mean, it serves, but I mean, don't get stuck in it, you know? So I'm trying to discover more about myself. And I see a lot of myself through other people. And that's something I didn't expect. There's a lot of things I did not expect out of getting outside my comfort zone and just going where I haven't been before. So much that I did not expect to find. To find myself in other people? Never would have thought that happened. But I'm just irritated. And it hurts. It hurts that, like, sometimes through mundane situations, I try and be heard. Okay, go kitty. Like home and family. And it's frustrating. Sometimes I feel like I gotta scream like a crazy person to be heard, and that's not good, because people don't want to listen to that, trust me. It's not the right way to do it. So there's that. So it's a little bit of a struggle, you know, right now. It's a little bit of an uncomfortable spot with myself, you know, because I'm trying to get to know more of myself, and I'm trying to be more of myself. Just stop trying to control shit. Stop trying to control the outcome. Stop expecting an outcome. It's been a challenge. It's been a real challenge. I did 14 minutes of this, and I want to actually talk about something else, but I'm going to break this video and jump into a different one. So yeah, it's been ugly. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I honestly just wanted to get it out of my system.